So I have a clear unsubscribe link as well. This is the real goal of contention with a lot of affiliates and operators, and that you don't want to let people off your mailing list. It's probably a good parallel as if we're talking, I don't know how many people are interested in the world of finance. It's something that I like to dabble in as well, performance guys as well. But toxic assets, the banks and building societies have got people on their books that hate them, that don't want to pay them money, and are going to damage their reputation at every opportunity. If you've got someone on your mailing list that has clicked the unsubscribe button 5 times over the last 6 months and you're still sending them messages just to see if you got it right this time, it's illegal for one start, but they're also going to start junking the message. They're going to make sure that not only can they not receive the message anymore, but the 99,000 people that are actually interested in your emails and would readily interact with your messages aren't going to receive it either, just because of 1 or 2 people. And ultimately, have a look at what people are interested in. Have a look at some kind of behavioural marketing. It's a really fancy, complicated term, but it's just really simple. If someone opens your message, send them more messages. They're clearly interacting with you. They recognise you. There's something there that is going to be of interest. If someone hasn't opened your message, or someone has opened it but hasn't clicked on something, they're telling you something as well. If they're opening your message but they're not clicking on anything, they like you, they like the proposition, but you just haven't got the content right yet. There's nothing there to get them engaged. So maybe have a look at the offers that you've got, maybe have a look at cross-promotional opportunities as well. If you have sent something, they've opened it, they've clicked on it, that's what they're interested in. So when you're looking at what brands to promote, what products to promote to that particular person, they've already told you, I like casino, I respond well to this brand, give me something in a similar vein and I'll spend money with them as well. Similarly, from a retention point of view, if your casino or if your kind of site has a lot of different games and a lot of different ways to engage your customer, which of those 100 different products and services that you offer is someone interested in? Let them tell you. If they tell you what they're interested in and you give them follow-up information, they will spend more money. Fact. Again, toxic assets. It's just to kind of hammer home the point here. The fine margins that you're dealing with when you're coming to actually getting your email delivered and getting it junked. It's 2 people per 1,000. For every 2 people per 1,000 that click on the junk button or mark your message as spam, 998 people don't receive the message because of 2. If you trade off the 2 people who hate you, who don't want to spend money with you, who don't want to receive messages from you anymore, you've got 998 people who are willing to engage with your brand, willing to spend money, and you've got an opportunity. So it's about learning when to let go as well, to a certain extent. Not every email address is going to make you money. Sometimes just a little bit of database attrition means that you know how many active players you've got, you know how many active subscribers you've got, you know what your prospect pool is, and again, you can start to predict your revenues if you've got a healthy and clean database. Recipients are lazy, so if you don't do this, then they're going to do it for you. It's an ISP, Hotmail, and AOL, and Yahoo makes absolutely no money whatsoever off receiving emails from you. There is no revenue stream for them there whatsoever. They make money from paid display advertising around your inbox. So they want their customers to keep an inbox with Hotmail, to log on, because they want to sell advertising space to people. They want to get their own PPC going, and so on and so forth. If you keep sending messages to people who don't want them, they'll make sure that person can't receive them and everyone else at Hotmail can't receive them. Because if not, they'll shut down that account and open up a Gmail account because they're sick of getting 50 messages a day that the flat out don't want. Data. This is a really, really important one as well for both operators and for affiliates, just because as a company we send out hundreds and hundreds of millions of emails on a monthly basis. And of that, it means that we've got a huge, huge prospect pool. We know also historically what email addresses are non-responsive. We know what email addresses are likely spam traps. Nice one like junk at AOL.com and spam at youarespammer.com have been found on client databases when we've been using other companies. Just because if you don't pay attention to where you're getting your data from, and if you don't ask the questions, it's going to be a toxic asset. Just paying £500 for 250,000 records should set off alarm bells. Someone's giving away 250,000 email addresses for 500 quid it's for a reason. You think you're a mug, they're going to take your money, and they're just going to type stuff into an Excel spreadsheet and hope for the best. Just get a hold of some simple questions, and even if you've got Excel yourself, just put the columns in order, just ask for a sample of the data, have a look at some of the names, and things where they've got admin at and offer at and so on and so forth in the database, just means that someone's got a bot that's crawling the internet and looking for email addresses. And that's the kind of stuff that gets you into serious trouble. Because there is something called a spam trap. And all that is an email address that's being put on the internet by an organization to see who's going to send messages to it. The email address has never been signed up to anything. They monitor that inbox of that email address, and whoever sent a message to that is clearly sending unsolicited mail because there isn't a person behind it. Now, for every one spam trap per million messages in a database, you end up blacklisted. It's not even an option. There's not a phone call. There's not a, I won't do it again, slap on the wrist, gone. It's, I was working with a company where they had an in-house team and their own system because their retention marketing was plugged in so tightly to the back-end CRM database that they thought, look, we'll take our acquisition internally. We'll just see the ESP versus our internal and see how we go. Bought in a list off someone, and it didn't just shut down an IP address. It took down all of the servers that did all of their email across all of their business. That's everything from your support email through to your account activation email through to your failed deposit. They had 700 calls per hour to their call center where normally they get 50. They don't have enough people to do it. You're paying with fire if you don't follow the rules. And just think, it's revenue. It's not just something that you have to do. It's not a business objective. Email is the sole means of communication with an existing customer for a lot of businesses. And if you can't send email, it's pretty problematic. If someone doesn't get their money and they deposit it in their account, they're probably going to kick off. If I win $2.5 grand and I don't get the email telling me that my number's come up in the scratch card, I'm probably going to ring you to ask you why you didn't tell me that I won $2.5 grand. Collection point as well. Again, just think about being a little bit more honest. When you get an email address on your website, there's a trade-off between making it easy for someone to sign up and subscribe, but making sure it's accurate as well. And it's really, really easy to type quickly. It's not very easy to type quickly and get it right the first time. So if you don't have a double opt-in, if you don't have a mechanism of making someone enter their email address twice or sending an activation link to their account, then you're going to end up with a load of junk on your database. But what we're actually seeing on the rise is that people who've got a single opt-in system, just a box on the website where it says enter your email address, is certain unscrupulous types are entering their email addresses or competitors' email addresses or junk email addresses that they know they are on competitors' websites. They're actively signing up to mailing lists and saying, I haven't signed up to everything. If you don't have those kind of protections in place, there's the opportunity for fraud, there's the opportunity to literally just make a simple mistake. If I'm at Timlin at hotmail.com, I might have Timlin at hotmail.com. It's a genuine mistake. It's just you didn't give me the opportunity to check it to make sure I had it right first time. And I'm trying to sign up to 5 other offers at the same time. I've got to type pretty quickly. And again, just let them know what to expect when they sign up. If you're a casino and someone's just opened a free account, just let them know we're going to send you a welcome message within 24 hours. Because some people might be expecting an instant response. If technologically you don't have the facilities to send them an instant message, just tell them. But you'll avoid the opportunity. There's a lot of people where they take things like that for granted. And again, it comes where you've got a large business with lots of different channels. Sometimes it's very difficult technologically to make changes like that. But if you can avoid 5 calls to a call center in a day just because you told someone on sign-up, look, don't panic. You're going to get your message within 3 days. It just takes us a while to open up an account. Or if someone does sign up to something, let them know that in the first week they're likely to receive a welcome message, then a market message, and a promotional message. Give them the opportunity to unsubscribe from something in particular, so that instead of saying you can either receive everything I'm going to send or nothing at all, just be a little bit more flexible. Let people manage their own preferences, and again, you've got a long-term marketable resource that's bankable revenue, rather than an instant opportunity to fleece them and get as much money as humanly possible right now. Think about what you're going to get in 6 months, what you're going to get in 12 months, what you're going to get in 24 months. It's all about the life cycle.